Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of Psychic Reader Addiction Recovery. And what I'm going to be doing on this channel is exploring the topic of psychic reader addiction, or intuitive, or psychic reader intuitive, addiction or dependency, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's when you have that feeling or a compulsion, you want to know the answer to a question that isn't really answerable. And what you do is you go out and you call yourself a psychic because you figure they know the answer. And they don't. They don't know nothing. All they do is they read cards and they try to... And it seems, it does definitely seem like they know what's going on, right? Because when you go back and you try to interact with the person, it seems like... But the truth is they garner the information from you. They read you. So whatever you're coming in with, that's what they're reading. And it may not necessarily be the reality. And then you can end up... What you're going to do is you're going to end up destroying the relationship anyway. Because of the anxiety that's behind it. Okay, the best solution that I can tell you is that being addicted or dependent on psychics for their intuition regarding your relationships is not the healthiest way to go. It's not healthy. And it's not healthy to be giving your power away to people who are charging you money. And you know what, some people could argue, well, that's what we do with therapists. You know what, I totally agree that that's definitely a issue also. I think it's possibly related to this. Okay, the only difference is that therapists they tend to be socially acceptable, but I think that going to therapists can be an addiction also. And what I want to do is go explore this topic from all angles, and to ask you guys to contribute in the comment section below. You can tell me your story. You can give me some ideas. I'd like to grow a community, a support community here on YouTube, as well as maybe take it to Facebook or a private group of some kind or some kind of forum, and maybe even go to a live Q&A or chat regarding this. Okay, because I have been dealing with this issue now for many decades, and I've sworn off of it, gone cold turkey, and there was an incident recently that kind of threw me off the wagon, and I went back to doing it again. And I'm backing away once again, and I'm taking a hard look at the why of why I'm doing this. And what I would like to do with this channel is to help you also, if you're willing, to step back and to ask yourself why, and share your story if you want to in the comment section below. And build and we can support each other. And I am hoping that this channel will grow in I'm willing to answer anybody's questions about it, because I have studied the topic in terms of different aspects regarding things like anxiety and stress management, and that's really what it comes down to, is why we were driven to this behavior. So some people might consider it obsessive compulsive. Some people might consider it, there are certain aspects, different levels to it. It might include, personality disorders, things like that. Okay, and I'm definitely, I'm not a clinician in terms of, I've studied some basic psychology. But I have studied this particular topic of the elements around it that I think I can definitely contribute to in a conversation, and why I do it, and why and maybe it's very similar for many people why they do it. Maybe they have the same motivations. Maybe they feel insecure about themselves, and they feel insecure about their situation, and they want to say, well, I'm just going to get some advice, Yeah, but you're also giving your power away if you think that what they're saying is true based on what the information that you don't know about. I mean, you're feeding them information that you're not clear about, and then they come back and they tell you, well, this person sees through you. How many times have you ever heard that one? Yeah, that's an old line. You know what? So what? It's so what? They see through you. So what? They knew what they were getting, right? In the relationship that you were trying to get with this person. So what's the point? A lot of the times it's the way they deliver the information to you that makes you buy into it. Oh yeah. That's totally me. And or that's totally them. It's a series of bad relationships creating other bad relationships. And I'll tell you that right off the bat, that if the relationship itself that you're going to the psychic for, or whatever, maybe it could be a job, maybe it's the job, it could be that too, but it usually starts with the relationship aspect. That could be just the problem itself. But I don't, in this channel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to address, each video is going to address the topic of psychic reader dependency, or addiction, however you want to put it. I would prefer, maybe dependency would be the better term, because addictions tend to, I don't want to stigmatize anybody, and I don't want somebody to sit there and label themselves as an addict, really, because that's not productive. And hopefully what we're going to do with this channel, if you guys are interested in being supportive to it, is to unlabel ourselves and to change our viewpoint of ourselves and strengthen who we are, so that we don't need the advice of these people anymore. We can rely on our own intuitiveness. Because our own, they say, there's some people out there, they say, well, I'm a gifted psychic. I met one woman, she said, I was a born psychic. Everybody else is a wannabe. Okay. The truth is that I think we all have our own sixth sense, And I'm not saying that it's not there. I'm saying that you shouldn't be paying somebody else to tell you about your life. Okay? You should trust your own intuition. And I know that maybe you're saying, well, I just want to get some validation that what I'm feeling is right, The truth is, what you're feeling is probably right. And you need to learn how to trust that. And I'm going to tell you some interesting stories about, actually, I could probably tell you one now about a lady I'm chatting with at my church. And I tell her the same things that I tell the psychic. I told the psychic recently, and let's put it that way. I'm not seeing psychics anymore. I'm swearing off of that stuff. But she has the audacity. So she says, well, I'm playing devil's advocate. So what she'll do is she'll take what I'm telling her, and then she'll turn it against me. And she'll say, no, you're not, that person's not being negative or confrontive with you. You're being confrontive with them. Okay, the truth was, the person was trying to pick a fight with me. This other person that I was telling her about was trying to pick a fight with me online. And I was reading the words, and I read the words to her. And she's saying, oh, no, you just need to change the tone or the inflection on it, you see? Like when the person says, really? No, you just need to say, when you're reading it, just say, oh, really? Is there a difference? And I said, that's not the context of what is being said here, or the tone of what's being said. She says, no, you're just reading it wrong, she says to me, okay? When I read, the whole little encounter online ended up being a very nasty, it escalated into something very nasty that I didn't say anything to provoke it. The person was trying to get my email, and I wouldn't give it to them. And so they got nasty with me, which was pretty much the antagonistic tone of the whole thing. And I probably would have ended it early on, but I was listening to the church lady, and she was saying, oh, no, it's not them, it's you. And No, it wasn't me. It was them. And didn't listen, or actually I did listen to myself, but I was just conversing with her. And what I found really offensive was that she was trying to talk me out of my better judgment. So, that can come not just from a psychic. It can come from people in the church. It can come from a therapist. It can come from anybody. And to be empowered, you need to do it. You need to start trusting your own intuition. And you know what? You're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And, anxiety is definitely something that's going to throw you off. So what I'm going to do, what I'm hoping to do in this community building thing about psychics, psychic reader dependency, is help people to get some control over their anxiety. Because I really found that was the driving point of what the issue was that was making me go see psychics. That's part of it, okay? There are usually a lot of other issues involved. Trust issues, control issues, abuse, PTSD, personality disorders, OCD, all of those other things like that. And I want to also make a point here, since I threw out all those little jargons, that I don't want anybody sitting out there thinking that they're going to be diagnosed. They're not going to be diagnosed, or do not self-diagnose, okay? Just because there's some characteristics of these things in your behavior, do not label yourself. Okay, don't label yourself or restrict yourself and say, oh yeah, I'm one of these, I'm one of those. No, you don't need to be. What I'm saying is that the heart of what it is that fear. It's addressing the fear. And that's at the heart of it, because the fear is usually what's causing these other ways of the others' behavior, these behaviors to come up. And then all of a sudden those behaviors take a life on of its own, and it becomes a personality disorder or a behavior disorder, and all of a sudden you're going to the shrinks and taking drugs and all that stuff. I mean, get to the heart of the problem. I'm sure most of the people who are involved with psychics, they're intelligent people. They just know they have this feeling that there's a cosmic consciousness that knows more than they do, and they want to tap into that, Yeah, but you know what? You can do it on your own. You don't need a psychic to do it. And it doesn't, and when you reach that point of anxiety, I think what happens is you realize that your own intuitiveness kind of shuts down. So you feel, well, I need to go get into it back again. I'll use this person to do it, right? Well, the truth is you're giving your power away. And what this group, I'm hoping, will do is to help you to build your own self-esteem and your own trust in your own issues, or in your own intuitiveness, let's put it that way. And you know what? And intuitiveness is great. Don't get me wrong. I think intuitiveness within yourself is great. But you also need to verify what is reality. Okay, because you can make up all kind of stories to yourself if you want to. And we're going to explore that too. So I might have some exercises here on this channel if you're interested. And as I said, please comment below. Subscribe to this channel, and we're going to see how this all develops. If you want to be part of this group, it might turn into a Facebook group where we can give each other support. Okay, so again, subscribe below, and leave some comment. Tell me your story. If you got any ideas of what we can do here, or questions, or answer questions, you feel free to answer other people's questions if you want to. If I feel that you're a troll or I'm being spammed, you're going to be blocked. So just to let you know that. So don't waste your time. And I'm looking out for the people who are on my board too. So don't get nasty. Subscribe. Thanks. Bye.